All right, everybody, we got the Dark Side Clone Trooper 3-man that we're gonna go over really quick here. A lot of people have been asking for a video that doesn't have in the failed attempt so that they know what the right attempt is. So we're gonna quickly go over the mods so that you can get an idea of what you're looking for. You don't necessarily have to have them quite as fast as mine, or hit those crazy damage numbers to some extent. Like, you can get higher, we can get a little bit lower, but this is what worked for me. Check the comments of the video. I'm sure people have all kinds of suggestions as to what worked for them. Big thing is you want to have Oppo being pretty fast. You want him to be able to go before disguised clone trooper so that he calls him to assist. So that's the big mismatch there, or the big thing to watch out for there. With regard to CX2, I have a fast one so that he goes first and we get the Order 66 stacking up pretty fast, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get into it with these. Now I'll show you the RNG that it takes to get to the attempt, but then after that we'll make sure that you get a good run. So we're gonna go ahead and target Oppo with CX2 to start. Then we go ahead and target Nightfall Trooper with a stun. You need the stun to land, and you need Darkside Clone Trooper to be called to assist. That's your first layer of RNG. So you gotta get the stun, then you want Darkside Clone Trooper to assist at the same time. So go ahead and target Oppo. Then we'll go ahead and try to stun a Nightfall Trooper. Got the wrong guy to assist. So that's 2 attempts down. Try it again. This is just the nature of the run, but a lot of people can get this going pretty quick. It usually takes about 5 minutes or so to go ahead and get one to go. So stun, call DCT. Now once you get that first layer of RNG, you're gonna go ahead and target the other Nightfall Trooper and use a basic to stun him. Now here's your second layer of RNG. You're gonna go ahead and use Nightfall Trooper special to call a support to assist. You need it to be Darkside Clone Trooper. So, or Disguised Clone Trooper. Call to assist, we got the right one. Okay, so now after this, we get into the run. So you go ahead and target Oppo with the CX2 so that you can start getting those stacks of Order 66. That's the second attack. Now you want to switch over to Fox and AoE. Okay, and Nightfall Trooper will assist. Now you want to target with the basic, you want to use it on the Nightfall Trooper that doesn't have Order 66. So we can get that, everybody jumps up to 100% turn meter, just like that. Okay, now with Nightfall Trooper, you're gonna go back over to Fox and wail on him a little bit. Now you wanna use CX2 to go back over to Oppo and re-up the Order 66, turn meter goes up again. Now with Oppo, you're gonna go ahead and target Fox so we can get Fox out. Won't call to assist just yet. Now you can't get Order 66 again, because if you target these guys, it'll just kill them and you won't get Order 66. So go ahead and target a Disguised Clone Trooper and we'll take him out with the basic. Then go back over to Oppo, re-up the Order 66, turn meter goes up again. Now you want to go back over to Fox to go ahead and use Nightfall Trooper to take him out. Okay, so now we start managing turn meter. You don't want to use Fortify with CX2, so you want to go ahead and re-up the Order 66, get turn meter here. Okay, now we can Fortify. Go ahead and do that. Now we need to start managing the turn meter and paying attention to that. So with this Disguised Clone Trooper, we can go ahead and take out a Nightfall Trooper. You do not want AoE. Okay, we need more turn meter still, so CX2 will go ahead and re-up that with Order 66. Now we can use Oppo. We'll go ahead and get some stacks here. So we'll go ahead and target Lord Vader with the basic, and that should call Oppo to assist, just like that. Okay, we still need some turn meter going, so we'll go ahead and target Oppo one more time for the Order 66. Now we can go ahead and use Oppo to call Nightfall Trooper. We'll get up to 4 stacks. Okay, now we need to take out these guys and start managing. So we have 3 people with 100% turn meter. We want to take out Oppo with 3 people with 0 turn meter, right? So we go ahead and target one here, I think is best. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? Problem is CX2 isn't likely to kill anybody. So for now, let's go ahead and take out Nightfall Trooper since he has the most turn meter. Take that out there. Now you don't need to continue targeting oppo, but let's see where the turn meter's at. If we target here, right, then we won't get order 66, and we're gonna throw off our ability to get order 66, and KFT is not gonna be able to take everybody out. So we gotta go ahead and still get some turn meter to rebalance things a little bit. Now we have 4 people with turn meter. So we can go ahead and target with KFT. Go ahead and target the disguised clone trooper. So now it's a 2-person situation. So we can make sure we take out oppo when 3 people have 0% turn meter now. So we'll go ahead and target Lord Vader with CX2. That's 1. Now we go ahead and use oppo to target Lord Vader, and then disguised clone trooper will go ahead and take out oppo. So we'll go ahead and just give it a basic. Now we have 3 people at 0% turn meter. We use disguised clone trooper to go ahead and take out oppo, and we have 4 people with turn meter. Sets us up for the next wave. So we go ahead and use the rescue. See, now we're much better chance with 3 people having almost full turn meter here. So we want to go ahead and try to land a stun on one of the Nightfall troopers. Get the call to assist. Okay, and then we want to take out the disguised clone trooper. So we'll go ahead and use a basic right there to stun them. So we're going to want to make sure that we have as much turn meter as we can get when we rescue, just like we kind of did last time. So we'll go ahead and use Nightfall trooper. Should call oppo to assist here. So we'll go ahead and basic take out disguised clone trooper. Okay, we'll go ahead and do a disarm on Nightfall trooper. Okay, now looking at the turn meters, if we go ahead and if we AoE here, we should take out both of those, get a stack on Lord Vader, and then 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks, because he'll call to assist, and then everybody should be up on turn meter again when we have to rescue. So we'll go ahead and AoE here. Okay, didn't quite take him out. We got a little bit of attack back there. 2 stacks. So if we AoE here, that's going to be a 3rd stack, and then 4th stack will go ahead and be Nightfall trooper, and then when we rescue, everybody should go up to 100% turn meter, or 3 of them rather should. So we'll go ahead and AoE here, and then we see we got pretty low turn meters, so we'll go ahead and basic, and then now we got 3 people with turn meter, so as best as we can get it. So we'll get a 2nd rescue. Okay, going to this last wave, we need to survive. I think they could pump out quite a bit of damage, but it looks like we should be good. We're gonna go ahead and stun this Nightfall trooper. There we go. I don't see any issues with doing an AoE. So go ahead and do an AoE. Take out 2 of those. And then go ahead and call somebody to assist. Take out Darkside Clone Trooper. And then take out the last Nightfall Trooper. And then you should be home free. Go ahead and basic away. And rescue the last one. No leftover Clone Troopers, so 3.6 million run. Just like that. Pretty straightforward. All in all, took about 8 minutes. So, not too bad. Hope this helps. No more looking through and trying to get the right attempt. Should be pretty straightforward. I think we only had, what, 4 or 5 retries on that one, so not too bad. Yeah, I think it's quicker than my other video by far. So if you got usefulness out of this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this, going over the raid, going over SWGOH news. I'm gonna have more coming out because we have big changes that just happened today. But just as a final disclaimer, this run should be safe. CG just announced that the undermans that were in existence currently that they're seeing were okay and they shouldn't be touching them. So that's great news for us. So you should be able to go ahead and relic these guys up pretty safely. And the Tarkin and Scorch 2-man also seems to be safe according to CG. So this squad of 5 gets you 7.2 million if you take them all up to R9. So hope that helps. Good luck on your runs, and I'll see you next time. Bye.